So here we are back with Scarlet Hollow, with Scarlet Hollow, the first episode, the first chapter. The problem is that after 15 minutes, my OBS decided that it wouldn't stream any longer, which means that over 50 minutes of the first chapter are missing, and I will not replay them, but I'm going to give you a rundown. First of all, I can talk to animals in this game, and I'm also book smart. So we've learned a couple of things. First of all, Tabitha, my cousin, is a terrible person, but she may have issues with the fact that the mine that is in this place, Scarlet Hollow, actually belongs to our family. But she says, no, it belongs to my mother and myself. Her mother is dead, of course. So there seems to have been a falling out between the two sisters, her mother and my mother, and she's basically holding a grudge. We've also met Frou Frou, which is her French cat, which really doesn't like us. We've learned that she is a very testy person, Tabitha is. So basically she's told me in no uncertain terms that she doesn't want me to be there, although she invited me herself. The house is pretty much off limits. There is all of the wings are locked and there are padlocks in front of them. We can go into the garden where we didn't find anything. We've got a room that's a dive where we cannot actually use the wardrobes, but there is a set of drawers where we can put our clothes. And then we met Dustin, a little opossum that lives there. We've made him really comfortable, given him a little nest made of our clothes, and he's told us that there are two people living in this house, although we know that one of them should be dead. He said that there are two people in there, and one of them is Tabitha, and she's just annoying, and the other one scares him. And he also says he doesn't go to the locked padlocked areas because he's afraid of them. There is a garden which is completely gone to seed. It looks kind of nice, but we can't really do anything there. And we know that Tabitha likes mac and cheese and ice cream. She doesn't like to share. So we can only eat the peanut butter and jelly that's there. And since Tabitha sucks, we have decided to basically leave her alone. I wasn't really quite rude to her, but I wasn't really nice either. And at the end of the day, we decided to go into town. And there we met Stella, who's got a dog called Gretchen. And again, I spoke to Gretchen. She's a lovely dog. And Stella and I have basically hit it off immediately. And she calls Tabitha Tabby. They went to school together and there's some kind of history between them. And Stella has informed me that there is a readathon at the local library, spooky bookies, basically, and it's meant for children, but she goes there anyway. So she's in her mid-20s, and of course that would be something that I'm into as well. And she's invited me out for a coffee, and we got to chat, and I've learned that she's a YouTuber looking for cryptids, and she's got a very successful YouTube channel. And so she's asked me if I would like to tag along to hunt the skunk ape, and we do go out to hunt the skunk ape. And we meet Duke, who is hunting mountain lions because he believes that there's a mountain lion that's been eating his chickens. And so, and he's basically told us not to go anywhere near the forest because he's going to be hunting, blah, 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 and it's dangerous and stuff. And so we've decided to just basically humor him and pretend not to go. And we will pick up right there. So this is Stella. And we're now in the woods and we're trying to find that skunk ape while at the same time avoiding running into Duke and his shotgun. All right, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? So she's the YouTuber. She hands us the camera and she takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Callisto, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellas. And keep digging, Gretches, adds the dog. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? It actually is. It's breathtaking. And the air is so clean and fresh, I feel like I'm breathing for the first time. It is. I'm glad you came out here. I think she's actually trying to chat me up. Gretchen has no appreciation for beautiful mountain vistas, and it gets old saying wow into the empty expanse every time I come out here. It's nice to have someone to say wow with. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Remain silent. Did you hear that? That's the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big, scary predators. Like us. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. Oops. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beams of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Well, this has a really weird growth on its side. Pain, rot, decay. So this is the deer speaking, because obviously we've got talk to animals, we can talk to them. A deer, let me at him. How dare he infringe upon my dearest Stella's personal space? Let me at him. And then it's gone. Geez, Gretchen, calm down. You're going to hurt yourself. Oh my, it seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me? She can't handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. Oh, Gretchen, you're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? There was something wrong with that deer. Did you see its face? Now that you mention it, there was something a little off. I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can't get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger. Poor thing. But there's not much we can do about it. Well, that got my heart rate up. I'm ready for the hunt. Same for me. How's about we take a quick snack break before, and then we get right into it, the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. Oh God, she came prepared. Ooh! As we settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Yeah, that's my kind of girl. She's got food. I'll actually go for the sesame sticks. Ah, the one snack I didn't take myself. I was hoping to wow you with my cooking. Oh, the one snake I didn't make myself. I was hoping to wow you with my cooking skills, but I guess that'll have to wait for some other time. Nevertheless, a delightfully tasty choice, the chips of the hiking trail. Some would say chips are the chips of the hiking trail, but only a fool would bring such a delicate, space-consuming snack in their packs when that space could fit another bottle of water or more snacks. You and Stella settle down and on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws on a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in London. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Callisto. I live in an internet cafe. I actually live in a dingy studio apartment. I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. And it's a mixed bag. At first, it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like oh God, it's like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come and let me out because I chose this for myself. And as far as they know, I'm happy being there. The lights flicker, the toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I've got a plan. You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room? When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place? Or maybe finding a roommate? There's got to be a better apartment than that in a big city like London. Well, actually, yes, there are good places in London, but they are really expensive. I've been saving up for something better. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better. Oh, yeah? So, what do you do for a living? That's interesting. What would I build programmatic ads for a company nobody's ever heard of. I like that. I sell arts. No, not me. I'm a first year associate at a big law firm. No, I'm a streamer. I'm a teacher. I'm in one of those have your debt forgiven in 10 years programs right now, so I won't be in the best financial position for the next decade. Gosh, that's a long time ago. The kids I teach now will be graduating high school. A teacher? That's such a valuable thing to be doing with your life. The kids make everything worth it. I love being able to pass on what I've learned to the next generation, and I learn about TikTok and Roblox girlfriends from them. Roblox girlfriends? I'll have to Google that. I've no idea what that is. The low pay doesn't even really matter to me. I wouldn't trade this for anything. A crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and he must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. Oh, do you live alone? Yeah. The place used to belong to my parents, but they're not around anymore, and the Holler's a small enough place that other folks don't need roommates. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. It's okay. You didn't know. And I've done my mourning. You don't have to watch your tongue around me or anything. Life goes on. What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet, and interesting too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend amongst hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail of something, and we certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn how to fend for himself, since his family didn't have much growing up. So he learned how to hunt and trap and got damned good at it. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it if I ever found myself too far from a grocery store. I could make us a pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mum, she was a saint. She was the local vet, the lady all the farms in the county knew to call if their animals were in need of anything. She was smart as a whip and strong to boot. Turns out pulling calves out of 1,600-pound cows all day is a great way to build muscle. But she was gentle too. Even the smallest mouse could get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So yeah, those were my parents. Remain silent. A quiet breeze passes over your silence. Whoa. My stars. What was that? That's the dog. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. More deer? Could be. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me and let's check it out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line and she shines a flashlight into the woods. Do stay close, Callisto. I wouldn't want any harm to befall you. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Pain! It's all pain. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. What the hell was that? Hold on, I've got to play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2, 3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out a skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. It looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Right behind you. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Stella, my darling companion, are you all right? Says Gretchen. Ugh. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. I just tripped on something weird. Oh no. That poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. Investigate the chicken. You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. I would never! Something about this bird doesn't smell right. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She squirms against the harness. Okay. Examine the growth. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. If you didn't know better, you'd say this could be some sort of parasitic growth, like a wasp laying eggs inside a caterpillar. Examine the wing. Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of the chicken's concerns. Examine the head. Why am I alive? Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. This is actually terrible. This is why talking to animals may be a bad skill in this game. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. Ahem. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, or it could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Geez, I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings for this video. Hey, do you hear that? There is something out there all around us. I can smell it. There is so many of them. What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to... Bertie? Oh, Bertie, what's wrong, darling? Good God. Did you all see what did this to her? We caught a glimpse of something earlier, and when we chased after it, it brought us here. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away, for God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in another one of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Bertie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurting. Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. You stay away from my Stella, you mongrels! Come out, you sons of bitches! Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen. You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. Oh, he's talking to me. I can feel that white-hot rage from earlier start to wash back over me. I am going after them. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Quick, they're closing in on us. Dive for Gretchen. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it! You hear a body hit the ground and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sounds of nature creep back in. Gretchen? Callisto? Duke? Are you all right? Yeah, I'm okay. You? I'm okay. What happened? Did I lose myself again? I apologize for being so easily shaken up. I'll do better. Gretchen, here, I'll take her. My poor little puppy. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, are you okay? Oh my God. Oh my God, Duke. Holy shit. What do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? I don't think we've got to go... Well... We've got to go to the police. What do you mean, what do we do? We've got to take this to the police. A man's dead. What happened to Duke? Is something wrong with him? Why won't he get up? You're right. And we have footage of what happened here. But it's so dark and shaky. It all just seems so unbelievable. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Are you sure this is a good idea, Stella? No, but we're already in this deep. What's the harm of digging in a little deeper? Silently follow. You silently nod as your eyes meet Stella's. This might be a bad idea, but it's your and Stella's bad idea to make. It looks like Duke managed to tag one of them before he... You know... We should be able to follow that blood trail. Let's go while it's still fresh. As you and Stella push through the woods, the unearthly sounds once again surround you. Stella. I smell something terribly foul in the air. There's a clearing up ahead. Stella stops in her tracks a few feet ahead of you. Holy shit, I think I'm gonna be sick. The shrieks pull back into a steady whisper as you and Stella stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you are surrounded. What is this horrible place? We need to get out of here. More of those swellings. All the animals have them. Or had them. We need to get out of here. The footage doesn't matter anymore. Let's just get the hell out of here, out of this nest. Agreed. Just as you follow Stella in a mad dash through the woods, so too do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest, in the highest branches of the trees and down on the forest floor. They're all around you, casually keeping pace with you, all-out sprint. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the cries of the creatures fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they stopped following us. I certainly can't smell that stench anymore. I should get reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. 6 missed calls from Tabitha. Well, she's a bitch anyway, who cares? And 13 text messages. Yikes, Tabitha's been blowing up my phone. I guess she must be worried about you. Well, no. But first things first, let's call the police. Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello? Earl? Hi, Earl. It's Stella Richmond. I'm up at the mountain on the Asgana Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. You've got to hurry. Okay, yeah. Are they really gone? Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry, Jesus. Earl, who's going to tell Bo? I guess now we wait. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives at the scene. Out of it walk 2 officers, Sheriff Hugby, a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being the middle of the night. See? Right there. A thing jumps out of the woods, and then the shotgun goes off. What in Sam Hill? What is that? Some kind of Pillsbury doughboy? Could have been a naked maniac. As the video reveals the creature's nest, Franklin ever so slightly lowers his sunglasses. Or a whole bunch of naked maniacs. What the heck is that? Some sort of crop circle? They killed Duke! Uh-huh. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Miss Richmond, if you don't mind. This is evidence. But Okay. Let me just turn it off now to save the battery. Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I... Please, call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you. And who are you, exactly? That's Callisto. She came into town today for the funeral. Callisto, as in... Tabitha's cousin, yeah. Okay, one thing that we also learned was that my aunt, who's now dead and to whose funeral I've been invited, has been telling awful stories about me, although she's actually never met me or not very much of me. So lots of people know lots of things about me that I don't know. I have no idea what she's been spreading, what kind of rumors she's been spreading, but apparently I'm the most terrible person ever. Damn! Didn't think you'd actually show. Oh, there we go. Well, we'll escort both of you back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk on your own, you two. It wasn't... Never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke here is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. We only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derrickson's bowling nights. We'll be on alert for any more reports of naked maniacs, but retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you'll kindly step into the vehicle, we can return you safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist, for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride up in front with me, little lady. That is, if your mama permits. I certainly cannot turn down some extra pets and affection, especially after the ordeal we've all been through tonight. Sure, Earl, you can hold Gretchen on the way back to town. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have it all sorted out in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was... Fuck Smolder. Callisto. Sure, you're in town for the funeral? Good, don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on her for us. Make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble. You all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchy, and you all have a lovely evening. If any boogaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. Okay, that's a chill, Sheriff. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Holy shit. How are you holding up? How am I holding up? I mean, not great, but I'm more worried about you. I can't believe they just implied that you're a suspect even after we showed them all of that footage. Even after we found that nest. But it's okay, I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Nor will I, though I have little understanding of police work. I was there. I filmed the whole thing. At the very least, it'll never hold up in court. And it won't get to that point either, because we're going to do a little investigating of our own. We've got to find out more about those things. If we can get clearer footage, or better yet, trap one of them, there's no way they can blame you for what happened. She looks at her watch. The library doesn't open for a while, but I've read every book on cryptids they have, and I've never come across anything like that. There is someone in town who might have some useful information, though. My friend's mum. Her place isn't far. We should head over there now before it gets any later. Let's do it. Awesome, let's go. I'm glad you're sticking it out with us. It's always so nice to have an extra companion. I love Gretchen. I hope she's still awake. There's something foul creeping up behind us. Callisto? Jesus! You and Stella turn to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. Oh my God. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back, and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. Now that was creepy. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Callisto. Is it okay if we come in? Of course. You're in luck. I just put on water for a hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. Oh God, she's a witch if I've ever seen one. This place always has the loveliest aromas. It's nice to finally meet you, Callisto. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the Holler, and now poor Pearl Ann has gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Okay. You knew my mum? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. Okay. How did you know that she died? Oh, Pearl Ann was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of. Bless her heart. I never met Pearl Ann. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about the woman. Ha! That's fair, child, but it seemed like the right thing to do. Who was that outside? Just a very sick man. You needn't to be worried about him. Remain silent. Sybil reaches over and pats your hand delicately. Hers feels like a soft parchment of paper. Dry, but smoothing. Now, what's got you here so late, you two? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? I'm not so sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches, but I know a bit about classical spiritualism, that's right. Just what sort of inexplicable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh my lord! Have you contacted the police? Yes, and they didn't take it very seriously. They're not even looking for the body until tomorrow. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than me. This wasn't the local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls a memory card out from her sleeve and pops it into her phone. Oh, she's a smart one. She gave them the camera but kept the memory card. I wasn't about to just let the police hold on to this, at least not before we had a chance to make a copy. Smooth. The cops wouldn't know what to do with that footage anyway. Imagine if they accidentally erased it. Exactly. I'll give it to them if they ask again, but for now we can examine the footage for ourselves. Sybil looks at the phone. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika would still be awake. She can lend us hers. Oh, Kanika is... Stella has mentioned two friends. Kanika, who basically runs or maybe even owns the general store. And then a guy that she rang to see would he come with us. But he seems to be sort of a recluse. Maybe suffering from agoraphobia. He doesn't leave the house. Kanika? Are we seeing Kanika? You'd better come with Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What, Mum? Oh, hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? Kanika, is it me? Am I the good potato? I most certainly hope I am. And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? Whoa. Hi, I'm Callisto. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out here. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends, so I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? This is far beyond my ability to contribute. I'll leave the thinking to you humans. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but Callisto and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really. I'm okay. Remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? We talked to the police. I hope they told Bo, but Earl and Deputy Franklin didn't seem to be in much of a hurry to do anything. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. We remain silent. These things, my grandmother called them ditchlings. They are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on. Whatever's doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Callisto with his tail poo crap. A man just died. Have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke's dead. An unfortunate accident, but nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. To see so many in one place is... Jesus, Mum, they've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out, not after what we saw. But fine, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw that nest. What were those growths? It must be part of their life cycle. I looked at that chicken up close and it looked like some sort of parasitic growth, like when a wasp lays eggs in a caterpillar. That seems plausible. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Oh dear, I'd forgotten entirely about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you a couple of cups, and it'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late, and I should let Callisto get some rest. I ran her ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can keep going, I'm still wired. Okay, maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has any information on ditchlings. Is that what you call them? That's right. You go on home now and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Callisto. It's excellent iced or warm. Though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. What an unfortunately short visit. Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. I hope I can stay the night because everything's better than that ruin. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Hell yeah, sleepover. It's so long since I've had an honest to good sleepover. Awesome. If I'm being honest, not being alone tonight is a weight off my chest. It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, which, by the way, you haven't seen, but it actually sucks, it's far better cared for. It's so exciting to have a guest. I can't remember the last time we've had company. Oh, look, is that her father and mother getting married in this picture? Make yourself at home. What do you make of all of this? Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there and Duke's dead. I know that some of the things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. It couldn't hurt to poke around town. I have the time. Agreed. Who was that guy outside of Sybil's? There was something really off about him. Wayne? I haven't really gotten to know the guy. I think he works in the mine. It might be worth looking into him. Collapse on your bed. Get some rest, Callisto. I'll see you in the morning. I'm on the verge of passing out myself. What an exciting, if terrible, day. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. But for now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing bad but dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sounds of quiet sobs. Oh God. This is the end of episode 1. You can pick up the rest of the game on early access on Steam or Itch. Episodes 1 to 3 are out now, and episode 4 is slated for this fall. So essentially, at the time of recording this video, which is January 2023, all 4 episodes are out. And they are planning on releasing 7 episodes. So 1 is to cover each day of the 7 days that you are in Scarlet Hollow. I have to say I really love this, and so basically the first episode that we just saw, and where you didn't see the whole episode, is free on Steam and on Itch, but episodes 2, 3 and 4 are for sale, early access at the moment, and they are really good. I assume. I haven't played them, but I have bought them. And I will play them over the next couple of, over the weekend, and I will record it. I will not stream because I was pretty annoyed that OBS just basically erased the stream, or it basically broke and then it never restarted, although OBS told me it had reconnected. But overall, I would say it's about playing time round about 1.5 to hours to 100 minutes for the first episode, and as you can see, the quality of the drawing and of the animation is just great, and the story is really gripping. You can also at the beginning pick 2 kind of abilities that you have, and they will influence the way the game goes. So I chose Book Smart and I chose Talk to Animals. And of course now, as we've seen, talking to animals is actually quite a good skill to have, because, or well, maybe not if you talk to dying animals like we did. But I think if you don't have this, of course, a lot of stuff will simply not happen. You will not have those interactions with Gretchen or with the opossum Dustin telling us that there are actually 2 people living in the house. So I really enjoy this, and I think it's a great story that they're telling. And I would encourage all of you to support the makers of Scarlet Hollow. And this is now the 1.5th episode, as it were, and it's going to go up on my YouTube channel soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.